Hey, I recently got this comment on my video where I did a flip through of Christmas Cats by Marjorie Sarnat, and I thought, well, since they like the eyes so much, I'll go ahead and just head on over here and show you how I do it, and then you can go ahead and try it yourself. Okay, so this is a close-up of the page in the book with the eyes that somebody mentioned. And as you can see, this is just a basic 3-pencil gradient. Now, I've done a video on 3-pencil gradients before. I'll go ahead and I'll leave a link there. And but just while we're here, because this works really, really well for cat eyes or for anything this small like this. And again, you don't have to do it so it's dark at the top and lighter at the bottom. You can switch it up, do it however you want it. But let me show you how this works. I've gone ahead and I've already selected a page I'm going to use. So we're going to use these eyes here. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of little kitties on this page. And I do have a Shitajiki, or what's called a pencil board. This is I got this from Jet Pens. And it's a nice hard surface so that I'm not pushing down into the next page. Okay, so the 3 pencils I'm going to use here is these are polychromos pencils. This one is permanent green, this one is grass green, and this one is light phthalo green. And the way that I do this is I always go, in this case, I always go from a lighter pencil color to a darker pencil color at the end. You know, whether you start with light or dark depends on what kind of effect you're trying to do. But for here, since I want something going from a light to a dark, I usually start with the light and go to the dark. That's just works for me. If you find a different way of doing things works for you, then by all means, please do that. Now, you'll also notice that these drawings have a little highlight in there. I'm going to go ahead and leave that highlight where it is. I'm not going to color inside that highlight. So we'll start here. This is the light phthalo green. And I'm going to bring this up about halfway before I start adding another color on top of it. And I'm also, you can't really tell from the video, but I'm also putting in just a little bit of pressure. I'm not really hitting it hard here because I don't want it to be an extremely dark version of the light phthalo green here. Okay. Then we take the next color, which is the grass green. Again, I'm starting from middle of where the colors change. And again, just very, very lightly start adding more color and working my way up. What the overlap does, and we'll go over it again with the lightest color when we're done here. Is creating a way to, so it doesn't, you can't really see the lines in between the colors. That's the whole point, is that you can't see where one color starts and the next one ends. I got that backwards. Okay. I'm afraid the webcam here isn't completely picking this up as well as I'd hoped, but maybe by the time I'm done, it'll look better. Okay, so I'm going to go over that again with the light phthalo just to blend out these edges. You can start to see where this is going. There, that's starting to look better. This is also a really good project, as I've said before. If you don't have a whole lot of time to color, this is something you can do in 5 minutes, and then you've colored something. You don't have to worry about finishing the rest of the picture. The rest of the picture doesn't matter as long as you got the eyes finished. There you go. All right. This is the permanent green. Now, these are polychromos pencils, which is an oil-based pencil. So it's a bit harder than a Prismacolor. But you can still do this technique with a Prismacolor set of pencils. So You can just pick 3 greens that go from light to dark and do the same thing. And here I'm just coloring in the corner, and then once I've gotten to the point where it starts to meet the rest of the eye color, I start to pull up on the pressure. I don't want to really dig into this here, because then that would put too much of this dark shade on top of the lighter shade, and then it would lose the shadow effect. Because right now what this should look like is that the top of the eye should almost look a little shadowed at this point. And again, it's moving around that highlight so I don't lose it. Because I like that highlight. I want to keep the highlight. Okay, so then we'll go back in with the grass green, just again to help blend these edges a little bit. And as I said before, you get to a point where you don't hate it. And I'm not hating the way this is turning out. Okay, then I go over everything lightly with the lightest color, which, like as I said before, this is light phthalo green. And there we go. That is done. You have some nice cat eyes right there. That's looking good. Give it a shot yourself. Go have fun with your coloring and with your pencils, and I will see you all again here very soon sometime. Thank you again for all the likes and subscribes, and until next time. Bye-bye.